Blacksmith, you sit accused of ruining Iceborne weapon design.
No, it's not like that. I didn't ruin anything.
Well, how do you explain this?
Okay, well, I ruined those, but not all of them, I swear!
I find that hard to believe.
Look, let me show you, please, I promise, you'll change your mind, you'll see!
You're gonna show me the acidic Glavenus greatsword, aren't you?
No...
Hello, my fellow hunters, and while, yes, there are some, questionable choices when it comes to Iceborne weapon design, there is undeniably some real highlights, from mere colour swaps that make a world of difference to old returning designs and brand new breathtaking ones. So today are my 10 favourites that I really quite like, and well, let's see if you agree. Starting off with number 10 then, it is of course the acidic Glavenus greatsword. It has the highest roar, it's the technically best greatsword. How could I not include it?
What's wrong with you?
Okay, now you're all as mad as the actual weapon is. It's the seething Basal Lance. Now this is the only, well, kind of new coloration of an existing model on here, but it's just so good, and it's so good for the shield alone. I love this pulsing, angry Basal face look. There's just something mesmerizing about it. I could stare into it all day. The glowing tip is gorgeous too, and it just really feels like you are stabbing things with the sheer fury of Mr. Nuclear Bomb, and that is something I can really, truly get behind. Next up then, at number 9, we have Zinogre, and well, it's down to 2 of his weapons. The heavy bowgun I absolutely adore, simply because it looks like a bloody railgun. But my champion has to be the longsword, and the reason for that is quite simple. Outside of it having, well, a striking design, it has this lovely little lightning based effect where once you start getting your spirit up to par, you get crackles down the blade, arcing and so visibly powering it up in such an awesome way. You become the Zinogre, generating the lightning. Soon enough, Fulgerbugs are going to be hunting you down and nestling in your hair, and maybe actually that's why it's still all the way down at number 9, because no one wants to become an insect nest. Unless you do. Number 8 is the Namiel Switch Axe. Look, Namiel is honestly one of the best designed monsters ever, a instant entry into my top 5 monsters of all time, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful, and the weapons are no different. I still honestly feel so bad for you if your weapon didn't get a unique Namiel. But this is wonderful. The sword-like handle and blade going into the axe, the glow pulsing down it, the tentacle motif, of course, because who doesn't love Oh, it does absolute wonders, and I simply can't get enough of it. When I eventually get round to making my Switch X sets, you can be sure Namiel is going to be making an appearance. In fact, Namiel might be making an appearance again on this list, because again, it's the most beautiful monster in the world, okay? Oh, I want to hit things with its watery squishiness! And at number 7, an old returning favourite then, with the Brachydios Greatsword. Just a huge chunk of obsidian shell, sharpened and coated in slime, a handle stuck on, and you just thwack your foes with it. I mean, really, what more do you want than that? It's got an absurd amount of blast, and I am very much enjoying a crit draw build that I have made with it that just makes things go boom, and it's not that effective, it's a status greatsword, but I remember using it back in the day when Blast was first introduced, and it was broken strong, and it was good. So seeing it again is a real blast from the past for me, and I just love how simple yet effective it is as a design. And obviously, I am biased towards the Brachy. I love him. He is, well, my favorite. But I I think it's undeniable how good this is. In at number 6, I had to choose a Volcano weapon, of course, the flagship, unique in every category and, well, very purely pretty across the board. Honestly, any one of them could have got here, but I had to choose the hunting horn, because who doesn't want a hunting horn that just nicely places a bloody chandelier above your head while it's sheathed? I mean, it's just fantastic! All the Volcano have this lovely detailing, the lovely colour scheme, and they're all just wonderful, but a chandelier that you carry with you! Now, granted, its purpose might just be a shake and create noise, because hunting horn, and it might not be a literal chandelier, but I don't give a fuck! It's amazing! You're just walking around with lovely decoration accentuation like, yeah, check my above head out. My above head out. Moving on! Yangaruga Longsword. I love this thing! It's just the Yangaruga head on a big long stick, and I am a fan of that.
Me too.
And the reason I'm a fan of this, outside of the, well, spear look, which I think is wonderful, gives me wading through enemies and Dynasty Warrior type vibes, I like that it has no sheath. This is petty, this is really petty, but one of the chief reasons I don't play Longsword that much is because I don't like having a sheath on my back constantly. Having it there, jiggling around, drawing I don't like it, and I know this is a me thing. As I said, I know it's petty, but with this, you don't have a sheath. You just hold the thing and do the killing, and I adore that. So on top of having a really fantastic design, it eliminates one of my biggest pet peeves with a weapon I otherwise really love the moveset for. Next up then, Ishvala. Good old final boss. And it has to be, well, of course, the Insect Glaive. Infinite wisdom! I don't know how to tell you this, guys, but this weapon gives you infinite wisdom! That's a lot in one weapon. That is powerful. That is omniscience right there. Okay, no. I want to also kind of mention the light bowgun because it is just an Ishvala designed rifle, just a straight up rifle, which I absolutely adore, but my choice has to go to the hammer, the palm hammer. The hammer that when you slap the things, you're just, well, slapping the things, palming it to death through the Big Bang combo. That is just phenomenal. It is one of the best things ever. A flaming hand that you get to knock monsters out with. Like, honestly, what more could you want from your hammers than that? I feel like this weapon is just champion. Then we have my favorite of the Namiels, the bow. I absolutely adore how this is put together. It looks incredible. It's like the crest, the symbol of Namiel. But what does it for me most of all is the arrows themselves. Glowing with the fletching at the back. They're so wonderfully crafted. Made in a quiver of her pulsing skin. That's a sentence. It just is so well done. I need this bow. I need Namiel Fawcett, and I need to make it happen. I want to shoot my enemies with glowing tentacle squid deep sea death arrows. Is that so much to ask? Next up then at number 2 is Ruin and Gigante Jewel Blades. Now, I am not at him yet, but I have seen them, and my word, look at the transformation. They are brutal. They are supremely savage looking. They are absolutely just wonderful. Rending claws of death. I cannot wait to get my hand on these. Oh, they are just excellent. Number 1 then, of course, it is the rocket-powered greatsword! Yep, even with all of Iceborne's new weapons, the rocket power remains the best designed thing in Monster Hunter. That's how it is, guys. That's just how it is. Thanks for watching, and okay, fine!
She says it's not a fish. I say it is a fish.
Alright, this might be... I'm gonna give it to the frozen fish. I have do. So much detail has been put into this thing. Like, it's always been one of the silly joke weapons, but they have rendered it so beautifully to life, and it just makes me so happy to look at. Who doesn't want to slap things around with a frozen bloody fish? It's just wonderful. Oh my god, we need more silliness like this, we really do. I love it to absolute bits, and I also love that it's got like the highest frost value in the game, more than the frost dragon, because of course it does, because that's fantastic. So here's happy fishing, and by fishing I mean stabbing everything before you with the frozen stabber of a frozen fish, and yes, those are the technical terms. Alright guys, what are your favourites? Let me know. Do you agree? Like, if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more. I will see you soon. Goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kind of relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.